right, welcome along everybody to the Mount Erica Hotel for the Melbourne Footy Fanatics night. Can I get a big round of applause? Welcome along, fantastic to have you here. We've got an awesome show lined up for you this evening, and we're not going to muck around too much. We do just want to go through a little personal things with you. These shows are dedicated to the individuals that love football, and I presume that's you, yes? Yeah, right. They're basically called Footy Funatics, where we give the fun back into football and we get fans to come along and support the shows. It's pretty simple. There's nothing too complicated about it. The thing is, we don't do it from a journo's perspective. We don't do it from an ex-footy player's perspective. We do it from the fans' perspective. All right? They're pretty simple. We're not funded by any clubs. We're not funded by the AFL. We're funded by That's Good for Footy. So we need your support. We need you to come along. We need you to be part of the shows. And that's what they're all about. So we're not going to muck around. We're going to get straight into it. We've got two very special Melbourne football players here for you this evening. And we're now going to introduce them and get them straight up here as Mick gets himself organised out the back like I told him to about 20 minutes ago. And we're going to get them straight up here. Our first panellist was born on the 20th of January in 1988. He wears number 2 on his back. He was the number 12 draft of 2005. He was best and fairest at the club in 12, 13 and 14. NAB Rising Star in 2006. Captain for the last 2 years. He's played 208 games and kicked 99 goals. Please welcome to the stage, Nathan Jones.
It's a grand old flag. It's a high-flying flag. It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love. The team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you.
All right. You'll get more. It's still coming. Welcome, Nathan Jones, to the stage. That was a beautiful welcome by all these lovely people out there tonight, so we've got to just take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It looks like a great turnout out there, so yeah, no, we're excited to be here.
Beautiful. Let's get into number 2 panellist. He was born on the 26th of March in 1991. He debuted in 2009. He was the number 1 draft pick of 2008, and he wears the number 4 on his back. Am I giving anything away yet? Yeah. He played 122 games. He's kicked a total of 97 goals. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Jack Watts.
It's a grand old flag. It's a high-flying flag. It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love. The team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the red and the blue.
Hey! Go, D's. All right, there you go. Welcome to the stage, Jack Watts. Welcome to the stage, Nathan Jones. Great to have you two boys along here this evening for Footy Fanatics. So, yeah, well done.
Fantastic.
How you feeling? All good?
Yeah, very good.
Yep.
Very good. Thanks for having us.
All right.
We're going all right, aren't we?
There you are.
Boys?
I'm pretty impressed. Let's get excited about that. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to kick it off with our first segment, and it's called What's Going On.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on.
It's pretty simple. All I want to do is ask a few questions from a player's perspective. Well, not a player's perspective, but my perspective from a fan's point of view, but ask it from the player's perspective, their thoughts on these particular things. I wanted to start off with this, boys. Who do you currently have in your top 4? Can you give us your 1 to 4 of your top 4 as it currently sits, in your view?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think you can't go past North, obviously.
7 and zip.
Yeah, having not lost a game. I think the Cats have back to their best, in my opinion. I think they're going to be hard to beat. My brother plays up at the Swannies, and I'm a fan of them as well. And I reckon probably the form of GWS over the last few weeks has really surprised me, and I reckon they're probably the 4th best side in the comp at the minute.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty similar, but I think I'd probably leave North Melbourne out, to be honest.
Oh,
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
Do
don't.
tell.
I don't think.
Controversial.
Yeah, isn't
don't
it?
think they-
Off the top.
Lost the game, mate.
Well, they haven't beaten anyone up there, so they haven't beaten Geelong, Sydney. I think they did maybe beat the Dogs, but that's all right.
Did the Dogs, yep.
But I'd put Geelong and Sydney, I think, are right up there. And then I'd squeeze Hawthorn and GWS in as well, top 4.
Right.
So I reckon the Hawks are still obviously.
So you've both left out Adelaide, not, yeah?
I think they've
don't feel
definitely
they-
improved. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about that. But, yeah, probably not getting up last week. I probably don't have him in the top 4 just yet.
Crackerjack game.
It was
mate.
a ripper, wasn't it?
Wow.
Shows you sort of how close the whole competition is this year. I think that's a massive point. You know, you got Adelaide and even West Coast doesn't come into that the conversation where we were talking about top 4, and they've been there and done it before. So
it's interesting because when you look at it like that and you're suggesting that you're leaving out Adelaide and you haven't entered into Hawthorn into the equation, but yet you've given us a top 4, it's going to be a pretty tight final series when it gets to that stage if those teams keep performing the way they are.
we didn't even mention the Mighty D's.
I was going to say that.
So.
Yeah, I think they're all onto that too. Next question I want to ask you, what teams in your opinion have been the most disappointing so far from other end of the equation?
Well, for me, it's pretty clear with Freo. I definitely didn't pick, the fall from grace that they've had. I thought they'd still be vying for a top 8 spot, possibly top 4. But unfortunately, they haven't had a terrific start to the year.
No, been woeful.
It's a long way back from here, and you'd hope to see them turn around their form. I think they've got a pretty talented list. They're obviously missing Fife and Sandilands at the moment, but to be 0-7, I don't think they can make the 8, obviously, which suggests that with a pretty, I think possibly the oldest list in the competition, they're coming from a long way back now.
Do you think it's reflective of the actual ladder? Like, is the ladder a true indication when you look at the 4 worst performing teams?
Probably a little bit early at the moment to say that. I reckon
round 8.
Freo's had a pretty tough run. But I think, there's a few stats flying around that usually by, round 10, the 8 is almost decided, and it's pretty hard to crack in there if you're not, up there, and especially if you're that far off. It's going to be really tough for teams like that.
Yeah,
I think at 10 rounds in last year, they were 10 and zip. And this year they're zip and 7, so it's a very drastic turnaround in terms of where they're at the moment, and it's difficult to see how they're going to be able to turn it around to the point where they're vying back in finals if I know it's the dreaded word, but potentially rebuilding their list. It's it doesn't look great for them.
It's a hard one. It's going to be a long way back. I want to ask this question with a preface, and that is that a lot of people are suggesting Nathan Buckley's style of football at the moment is being represented by what the players are dishing up on the field. If I ask you the question in reverse, but I use that as a preface, the brand of football that you guys are playing, is that all due to Paul Roos, or is it like what is it that you guys can say unequivocally, this is why we're playing the way we are now? What is it?
From my perspective, I think it's been 3 years in the making now. Okay. Initially, I think Roosie's ideas were around bolstering our defence and, creating more depth in our midfield and making us a better contested footy side. And I reckon, since then, we've added layers to that probably every pre-season. We added a few structural changes to our defence last year. Obviously, the addition of Simon Goodwin as an offensive coach and the succession plan to become a senior coach, he's had a fair influence on our offensive ball movement, which, I think last year we bolstered our defence, reduced points against, improved in contested possession, and we weren't able to kick enough times a winning score, and we worked on that over this pre-season, and I think we're one of the most potent forward lines or scoring teams in the competition at this stage. So
yes, good answer.
I think we're scoring more goals, which is obviously more exciting to play in for us and for the fans to watch. Last week, I think we kicked 24 with 12 or 13 different goal kickers.
Yeah,
so
13 different goal kickers.
We've got not being one of them, unfortunately.
It's all right, Jack. You're on your way,
4
mate.
this week, I reckon.
One of the next question, just speculation about the players going here and there in contracts talks. I was going to play the $15 million man theme song, but I'm not going to. But the contract talks and so forth, does it give you the shits? I mean,
it definitely gives me the shits. Watsy can probably elaborate though.
Yeah. Speculation. I'm sorry, Jack.
Yeah, well, no, exactly.
I thought about this question and I thought about you when I was writing it, but yeah.
What's that? What'd you say, Duxie? Re-sign. And what did I say?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
No, look, I think, obviously, especially with Hogs, I think he's still signed on for next year, and there's already speculation, about him, and the media, I find them pretty interesting, to be honest. They always need to find something to talk about, and some sort of garbage story to bring up. So they go with that one week, they get a bit of publicity, and then it's forgotten, and no one's really spoken about it since. And so every player in the league will go about their business and play their footy, look at contracts, talk to the club, and hopefully come to an agreement. And
let's all move on and get on with it. Yeah. What about you're heading into some scans? You're heading into wherever, whether it's around here in Paran or down at the stadium, Amy Park. You're heading in down there, and the media's there. What are your first thoughts?
Well, lucky for us, we've got actually being a tenant of Amy Park. There's a back door that goes underneath the stadium into the scanning Olympic Park scanning area. So
all these other poor cobbers have to go to the front and get
they have
hounded.
to face the cameras. Our media bloke's normally onto it and sends us through the back door, and we end up popping out right near the MRI machine. Don't even have to sit in the line. So
beautiful.
Okay, it's probably hard for us to answer that question, really.
Yeah. But regardless of that, let's just say you had to go down here and you're heading down to Cabrini or somewhere along those lines, and you're walking in, you see them there, the lights go on, and they're starting to chase you down the street, and you're thinking, oh, come on, man.
You sort of, you wonder what they're after. What do you want us to tell you? I just had a scan. I don't really have any more info than you do. I'm a bit sore, and I'm having a look at something, and that's about it.
Leave it at that. All right, last one I want to ask you. Last one, coming off the ground after kicking a goal. Last week, there was a lot of talk and there was a lot of speculation about this Tyrone Vickery thing. He's just kicked 2. He's only playing in the forward line. I mean, he hasn't just run down from, anywhere on the wing or even further down in the back line. And he's coming off for a spell. What do you guys... does it irk you? You have to play by the rules that are associated with that?
I don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's another funny one for players, I guess.
It's another thing talked up by the media. It's garbage.
So for us, we're all just ready to... if you kick a goal, it's not as if you turn into Superman all of a sudden. Obviously, you got a bit of confidence, but if you go and have a couple of minutes on the bench, you come back on, you're still the same person. So you don't lose too much momentum. And then the fact that he actually got stuck on the bench. So this year... with the rotations cap, it's made it a bit difficult, and we've actually had the same problem a couple of times, blokes getting caught on the bench for 10, 12 minutes, which is not what you want. No. But it just sort of happens because you're trying to save a couple of interchanges for the last quarter, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a little bit interesting, but after a goal, it's all done on sort of... it's all monitored, so you know when you're meant to come off.
Don't believe the hype.
Yeah. I think really... The only time to interchange now with so many structures that involve all 18 players is once a goal's kicked. Because you're not going to run off the ground when there's a stoppage or else you're a man down. And you're not going to run off the ground when offensively because you're going to give them an extra defender.
Yeah. He's been told probably 5 minutes before he's kicked it, time to come off.
That's what's going to be happening.
And then
he's kicked the goal, there's the chance. Ball's got a minute or two before it's picked up and run back to the centre. His chance is to come off then. I think... that's the only time we're really ever told to come off as well. So
brilliant.
Yeah, I think it gets talked up a lot. But
great answers. There you go. That's what's going on.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
We're now going to talk about what's the round 8 of football that's coming up this weekend, and let's go into the tipping.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, Friday night football. What a lead-in. Let's get ready to rumble. Friday night football, Adelaide versus Geelong at Adelaide Oval, 7:20. This is going to be a crackerjack game. It's got all expectations of being that. I'm just going to go straight to you boys, and I want to find out what your thoughts are. Adelaide versus Geelong. Let's hear the Adelaide theme song first. Thanks, Sam.
We're the pride of South Australia, where the mighty Adelaide grows.
What do you think, Sam? And now let's hear the Geelong one.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all. We are Geelong, we're always
That'll do. All right, everyone's had enough of that. It's Melbourne night. But we want to give our thoughts. We want the fans that are here tonight and also the people that are watching at home, give us your tips on what you think's going to happen here. As I said, it should be a crackerjack game, but it's over to you, boys.
Well, I've got a pretty obvious answer. I want Geelong to win, Adelaide to lose, and then we're obviously going to win on Sunday, and we'll jump into the 8.
I think that's going to be your answer too then, Nathan.
100%.
Yeah, all right, that'll do. Well, we won't muck around. We'll go straight to Etihad at 1:45 on Saturday. We've got Essendon versus North Melbourne. Let's hear the Essendon theme song.
See the Bombers fly up to win the premiership.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. I think that should be like more dry up. Then we've got them playing North Melbourne, so let's hear that, Sam.
So join in the chorus and sing
Yep,
it
that'll do.
one and all.
We know that goes for another week, so we'll catch up with that when we are here next week. Boys, what are your thoughts on this one, Essendon versus North Melbourne?
It's an absolute lock that North will win.
Yeah, a shoe-in?
Yeah.
That could be a belting, I think.
Yeah?
I think North could, pretty good front runners, and they want to kick a big score, and I think they might.
A bit
might
disappointing.
topple the 100.
Yeah, a bit disappointing to hear the news that Higgins out for 12 weeks with a knee injury, which obviously occurred in the game on the weekend. So that's going to be a major loss for them. But I think it's probably a bit of a walk-in. I don't think we need to go into that too much in greater detail. Speaking of which, this is probably going to be interesting. We're going to talk about it anyway. It's at Aurora down in Tassie, 2:10 p.m. on Saturday. It's Hawthorn versus Freo. Let's hear from the Hawks.
We're a happy team.
That'll do. Let's hear from Freo. And that's certainly more than enough. All right, so Hawthorn and Freo in Aurora in Tasmania. I think the only joy you'll get from there is coming off the bench to actually keep warm. That's about as much as you can get from that. So what do you boys think about this?
Yeah, the Hawks for me, I think.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, I think Freo are in a bit of strife, and I think the Hawks.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of waiting for Freo to do something. Like I was thinking last week, possibly against GWS. I think they played okay.
Yeah.
You're sort of waiting for them to have that good game that they know they can play, but I don't think it's going to be this one.
I don't think so either. These tips are going to be probably pretty easy as I look down the page. But we're heading off to Spotless Stadium, 4:35 on Saturday. It's Brisbane versus Collingwood. Let's hear Brisbane.
We are the pride of Brisbane town. We wear the roll, blue and gold.
And that'll do with that. And then we'll hear from the Mighty Pies. Mighty Pies.
Good old Collingwood forever.
And that'll do for that one as well. Thanks, Sam. So,
What game are we doing?
what?
We're doing GWS Gold
Oh,
Coast
did I
or
just
Brisbane
jump across to
Collingwood?
that? Well, we can do Brisbane Collingwood at the Gabba first, because we just have. So we'll go to Brisbane
Throw me
Collingwood,
there.
and then we'll come back. Sorry about that, boys.
That's all right.
Getting ahead of myself.
I think I tipped Brisbane. I reckon they could be a chance. Well, if you want that, yeah. But I actually don't mind what I've seen from Brisbane so far this season. I think they've been really competitive. They've obviously got a strong midfield. It's a shame that Tommy Rockcliffe's out again, but I think they're good enough to win. That's for sure.
No Christensen either.
No
I think this one will be pretty close. I think Collingwood will come pretty fired up.
Okay.
Not really too sure who's going to win, to be honest. Yeah, I'll go the draw.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got so excited and I jumped straight across to it because I thought we really need to talk about it. Let's go back to Spotless Stadium. We'll just head down the highway. GWS, let's hear that song.
Well, there's a big, big
That'll do. Thank you, Sam. And they're playing the Gold Coast Suns. Let's hear that one.
We are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We're the team who never say die.
All right. Thank you very much, Sam. GWS versus Gold Coast, boys. Sorry, I jumped the queue there. We're at Spotless Stadium, 4:35 on Saturday. What are your thoughts here, boys?
Could be a scary one, I think, for the Gold Coast. They're just battling with injuries. They don't have their best team out in the park. Their defence is rattled big time. They've lost, without Stephen May, and another big boy, Rory Thompson, isn't playing either. And I think they're going to really struggle. GWS are flying. So I think they could win by over 150.
Whoa. All right. All right. All you betters out there, whack down to the TAB as soon as you can. Not responsible serving of alcohol and responsible gambling and all that. Yeah. Well done, Jake. Sean, it's cool, mate. We'll get to you.
Yeah, I think I don't know about 150, but I think it'll be a fair belting. I think GWS are, as I said before, one of the most informed teams in the comp at the moment, and unbelievable midfield and a pretty strong and potent forward line as well. So they'll be way too good.
Yeah, they're looking the goods. They really are. MCG 725. This is the first game at the MCG for the whole round. It's Richmond versus Sydney. Let's hear from Richmond.
We're from Tigerland, a fighting fury. We're from Tigerland.
All right, that'll do.
In any weather.
Thanks, Sam. And they're versus Sydney, so let's hear their song, Sam.
Cheer, cheer the red and the white. Honour the name by day.
All right,
and
thank
by
you very
night.
much. Richmond versus Sydney, MCG 725. First game of the round at the G. What are your boys' thoughts?
Well, my brother plays for Sydney, so I'll be backing them in and be watching with interest.
Ransback, Delidio,
Yeah,
no.
I still don't think. I think Sydney is possibly the best team in the comp at the moment. I love the way they're going about it. I think, look, Buddy is in ominous form. Could possibly kick 100 this year.
Yeah,
and,
doing over four
obviously their midfield's as deep as can be, and I think they'll be way too talented for Richmond.
I think I agree with Jonesy. I think they're just a bit too tough, Sydney, around the ball. Yep. They're just going to win that battle. You almost sort of guarantee it. And Richmond can play pretty well for a period of time, but they just can't do it all game at the moment.
Not consistent enough.
And I think, Sydney can. So.
Yep, good. Sunday, May the 15th, it's Carlton versus Port Adelaide at Etihad. Let's hear the Carlton song.
We are the Navy Blues. We are the old dark Navy Blues.
All right. We've got a show with them next week too, so we're going to go nice and easy on that one. If you're interested in coming along to that, make sure you register. They're playing Port Adelaide. Let's hear that one, Sam.
We got the power to win, power to roll, come on.
No, not the power to rule and not the power to win. Carlton versus Port Adelaide, interesting game. It's at Etihad, boys.
Carlton have been good. I think they won 3 on the trot, but I just think Port Adelaide are starting to play some reasonable footy, and I think, just going on form. I guess obviously Carlton won 3 in a row, so they're in pretty good form, but I think Port Adelaide have a bit more firepower, pretty good forward line, and they'll be too good.
Yep, Nathan.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Port. I'd like to see, a really tight contest, but I think Port are going to be too good. I think they've got back to playing a really contested brand of footy, which, held them in good stead. Obviously, only a couple of years ago they missed out by a kick on a grand final. So I think they're getting back towards their best, and I think they'll be too strong.
Okay, I'm going to do a tip. I'm going to go Carlton. I'm all out there. There you go. I've said it now. Can't retract that. It's on TV and you're all going to see it. Our next game, Sunday again. It's over at Domain Stadium. It's West Coast versus St Kilda. Let's hear the West Coast song.
West Coast Eagles.
Oh, yep, that'll do. Thank you, Sam. And they're versus the Saints. St Kilda song, please.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the
Thanks,
Saints
Sam.
go marching in.
West Coast versus St Kilda. They're going to make the travel over to Domain. West Coast don't do so well travelling away from WA, so maybe that's in their favour. And Saints, well, they look like they're doing all right. But what do you boys think?
Did they lose?
Did West Coast lose last week?
Did West Coast lose last year? So
To Geelong,
to
that's
Geelong,
right.
Yeah.
down there.
Down at Skilled, yeah.
I actually, similar to our first answer, I reckon if the Saints could do over West Coast, that might give us a spot in the 8 as well.
That's true.
So I think I'm gonna go the Saints, but I think West Coast will probably be too strong. But I'm going for the Saints.
Yeah, okay. All right.
think,
No, makes sense.
Yeah, I think West Coast, after a loss last week, I think they'll probably bounce back. But I think St Kilda are playing pretty good footy. I think they lost to Hawthorn by 3 points, and then obviously got us and struggled a little bit last week. But I think they'll be too. West Coast will be too strong over there, I think.
Wow. Yeah, okay, that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to watching that game anyway. Last game of the round. Let's get straight into it. We're going to hear from the Western Bulldogs.
Sons of the West.
Oh, what are you staring at me like that for? All right. Well, maybe you'll like this one. Melbourne.
It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of
the team we love, the team of the red and the blue.
every heart beats true for the red and the For God, keep your eye on the red and the blue.
Hey! All right, that'll do. Go, G's! I'll read out a couple of little interesting things that I took from last weekend's game, and I'm just going to spit them all out. You're sitting just outside the 8 with 4 wins. You had 13 individual goal kickers last weekend. Petrarca kicked 2. His second was sensational to do, but a nice piece of magic from my thoughts. Maxi, 46 hit-outs and 2 goals. James Harms with a Rising Star nomination. You boys are all right, aren't you? Huh? Well,
yeah,
you tell me.
It's
Let's go with
certainly coming together. You want me to start? All right.
Yeah, please.
Why
are you going to win? Where are you going to win? And by how much will you win?
Okay. Well, we are going to win. And we're going to win because we're going to win the contested ball. So Western Bulldogs pride themselves at contested ball. They're number 1 in the comp. They win it by 28 every game on average this year. So that's where they win it. They beat you around the contest, get it going their way, and then they lock the ball in their half. So we're going to smash them. We got blokes like Jonesy, Vines inside, Dom Tyson getting first possession. And then we've got, the young fellas like Harmsy, Clayton Oliver, those guys around the ball that are just going to smack them.
Like I can hear Nathan just going, and then she's ticking them all off. So, yeah, you're ticking all the boxes. Brilliant.
And then I'm actually going to get involved this week.
Oh! Excellent. Oh, that's what we like, an exclusive. Yeah.
What's he played a terrific team role last week? Went very unnoticed probably by the fans, but he did some terrific work off the ball, led away to allow guys to score. Actually, Petrac's piece of magic that you spoke about wouldn't have happened if Watsy didn't sacrifice himself. So.
Beautiful. There you go. What a team. Excellent. Brilliant. All right, so it's D's all the way. Well, that's the tips for round 8. We're now going to kick into another couple of different segments and thank the boys. Put your hands together for them. Cheers.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
Yep. Go, Robbie. Okay. This is a segment that we call Simply the Best.
You're simply the best.
Better than all the rest.
All right, you've got to turn 1 point over for Marcus. He's already scored. Well done, mate. All right, we've got Marcus here who barracks for the Demons, and we've got Robert here that barracks for the Cats. Both gentlemen are going to be playing for $300 worth of prizes. These prizes are courteous of our sponsors: Legends and Heroes, Celebrations, the Pancake Parlour, Funfields Theme Park, Hamper World and the Comics Lounge, with a runner-up, whoever that might be, I'm probably suggesting it could be you, Robert. No, will receive the Nature Bee pack as well as other little condiments that go along with the night. All right, so we're going to kick it off. We're going to ask you a series of 10 questions. Marcus, Jack's going to be playing on your behalf. And Robert, Nathan's going to be playing on your behalf. The boys have got their score paddles in front of them. And we're going to start now. We want answers nice, swift and quick, to the point, if you could. And here we go. How many premierships has your team won, Marcus?
14.
Incorrect. 12. How many teams... Oh, I'll give you the answer. It's 12. How many times has your team played in a losing grand final? No. Marcus?
4.
5. This is why you don't listen to anyone. Who is your team's captain?
Nathan Jones.
All right. Who wears the number 9 at your club? Quick. Shh. Out. Jack Trengrove. How many members does your club currently have or closest to within 1,000? And I'll give you a hint, it's somewhere between 35 and 40.
38.
All right. 37,597 will do. Where did your team finish last on the ladder at the end of the home and away season? Last year?
13th.
Very good. That's correct.
He's on fire now.
How many games did your team win win last year at the end of the home and away season?
7.
Oh, he's got it.
Well done.
What year did your team last win a grand final and who did they play?
64.
And who did they play?
Collingwood.
Correct. How many points did you win that by?
16.
4. Name 3 coaches over the last 20 years. How's he going for a score there, Jack? He's on
Paul
5. is he?
Roos,
Yep, beautiful.
Mark Neild.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Just checking, it was so long ago. Keep going.
Neil Danaher.
That'll do. That's your 3. So you finished up with 6. Hey! Well done, Marcus. All right. Over to you, Robert. We're going to ask you the same series of questions. They're going to be obviously related around at the Geelong Football Club. All right? So you ready, champ? How you feeling, Robert? Just step in, boys.
Confident.
We still want you to be looking that way. All right. How many teams is your premiership? How many premierships has your team won?
9.
Correct. How many times has your team played in a losing grand final?
I say 7.
No, 9. Who is your team's captain?
Selwood.
Yes. Who wears the number 9 at your club?
Curtis. New recruit. Nah, can't.
No good? That was
Zach Smith.
Zach Smith. Too late. Thank you. How many members does your club currently have or closest to within 1,000? I'll do the same I did for you as I did for Marcus. It's between 47 and 53.
50.
That'll do. 50,125. Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year?
Not 10th.
Oh, he's got it. That's good. What are we sitting on? He's sitting on 4. All right. How many games did your team win last year at the home and away season, at the end of the home and away
11.
season? Wait, correct. All right. What year did your team last win a grand final and who did they play?
2011, Collingwood.
All right. How many points?
I was there.
Oh, good. That's nice. I'm sure everyone will want to know that, especially your wife. How many points did you win that grand final by?
Jesus. 6.
38. No luck. What are we sitting on? What's the scores? Scores are level. Robert, you need this to win. Name 3 coaches over the last 20 years.
Chris Scott.
Eh?
Jesus, you got me going in here.
Quick.
Gary Ayres.
Yes, one more.
And who was the one before?
Quick.
No.
Quick.
No.
Quick. Oh, the pressure was just too much. Mark Thompson or Malcolm Blight. Yeah. Ready to go. This is a segment that we love to call, and we think it's bloody funny. It's called Get Smart. All right, wonderful. We've got Tom here on the left, and we've got Becky here on the right, and they're about to move in nice and close, like they know each other and they're really good friends, which we presume, they are. All right, fantastic. You two are going to be keeping score for the boys up here. We've got Jack. Obviously, Jack, you're going to be represented by Jack, all right? So Jack's going to answer the questions. You're going to turn over the scorecard each time he gets one right. But let's test your buzzer, Jack. How are we going there? All right. Okay, that's interesting. We've got that one off. And Becky, you're going to be playing for Nathan. And Nathan, let's test your buzzer. Oh, sharp little rooster. All right. As I drop the sheet, just because I don't want Nathan to start seeing the questions I'm about to ask. We're going to stick with the theme of television.
The only chance he's got to get them right.
We like a bit of healthy competition. I'm going to give you the characters' names, and I want you to tell me the TV show. All right? We'll start with a relatively easy one. George, Elaine, Kramer. That's the dog.
Seinfeld.
There we go. That's 1 point. We'll move on to Lurch, Morticia. That's the rooster. The Addams Family is correct. If I can get you to use your microphone, that would be wonderful.
The Addams Family.
Oh, there you go. We'll move on to the next one, which is Jed, Jethro, Ellie Mae, and Granny. That'll be the dog.
Jeez, I don't know if I should trust you, blokes, but Beverly Hills Village.
Beverly Hills. No, it's the Beverly Hillbillies. So we won't give him that because he heard all you. That's not bad. Sorry, guys. That's the way it is. We'll move on to give me the characters in this television show. I'll give you the characters. You give me the name of the television show. We're talking Al, Peg, Bud, and Kelly.
What era is this from?
There's a lot of shows. These shows are still on. Al, Peg, Bud, and Kelly. I'll give you their surname, Bundy. Da, 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 da. No takers? All right. Okay. Well, we tried. Yeah. Never heard of it? All right.
Hey, Duxie, I've never heard of Married with Children.
We'll try another one. Hawkeye, Radar, Klinger, Houlihan, and Honeycutt.
What is this? I've never heard of any of this. What's that?
No takers? MASH. Hey.
I was always
We'll
on when I
try
got
this.
home from school and I hated it.
There's still the questions. Richie, Potsy, Fonzie, and Mr. C. The dog.
Happy days?
Yeah!
Hey, Fonzie.
Not so out there after all. Let's have a go at this one. Greg, Bobby, Cindy, Jan, the dog.
The one with the 9 squares and the
The one with the 9 squares. Pick a box.
Brady Bunch.
Yay! What have we got for a score there? Oh, 3. 3 for Tom and 1 to Becky. Oh, jeez, come on. Nathan, let's do something about this.
Don't you need Game of Thrones or Vikings or...
I thought about... Oh, okay. Who characters Ragnar, Rollo, Lagatha,
Floki.
Floki, characters from which television series?
Vikings.
All right! Beautiful.
Is that on the sheet?
No, I just made it up. But I love that show. Friggin' love it. All right. What was previously known as New Holland? It's the dog.
Australia?
Yes! We had some dude. We had some guy, the other dude, that was that actually screamed out it was New York,
Van Diemen's?
which we thought was pretty funny. What animals are on the Australian coat of arms? The dog.
I've gone early. An emu and a
Yeah.
kangaroo.
He's done it. Can't ask for more than that. When did the first fleet arrive in Australia?
I'll have a
The
punt.
dog. Yeah. I want the date and the year.
18... Shh. Oh, well, I'm being told I'm wrong, so...
Go for it anyway.
1796.
No. Nathan?
1764.
No. 26th of January, 1788.
Sick.
We'll go for a really hard one. What type of an animal was Lassie? That's the
dog.
rooster. A what?
A dog.
Yeah. Beautiful. What's the score? 5? 3-5. I'm going to go one more. We'll just do one more, and whoever gets this...
Is it worth 2 points, is it?
We'll make it a 2-pointer. Yeah, why not? What is the Aboriginal term for a waterhole and is also known as an Australian clothing company? No answers from anybody out there.
Billabong.
I'll go again. I'll do one more for that.
Scores a
Yeah,
level.
yeah, we'll go scores a level. Next score will win. No answers from the audience, please. God. What was the name of the...
Josie's got his 5 points.
Yeah, shut up, Duxie. What was the name of the cyclone that devastated Darwin in 1974?
Katrina.
No.
Not in 74.
Jack, quick. Jack. Cyclone.
Cyclone Tracy.
Yeah! All right.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
Hurricane Katrina. They're still working that one out.
Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bad, mate. Well done. It's all right. It's only a segment on a lowly rated television program called That's Good for Footy. We've got a segment now that we want to play with the boys. It's called What Can I Say?
Oh, to make you know, baby,
Got a dancer, Danny.
to show you that I care.
This is a pretty simple little segment that we really enjoy doing here, and we're going to ask the players a series of questions. All we're looking for is either a one-word answer or whatever other answer that they want to give. So we're going to start with this. We're going to go with Nathan Jones wants to play.
In a grand final.
All right. Beautiful. Jack Watts enjoys.
Frothy's
A good time.
A very good time, yeah.
Very good time. Okay. This is an answer that is required from both of you. The AFL deliberate rule is?
A debacle.
A debacle. Yeah. Nathan?
I don't mind it. It's controversial.
Controversial. All right. A night grand final is?
Inevitable.
Inevitable.
I was going to say going to happen, but that's a better way of putting it, Nathan.
Yeah.
Private school education, Jack.
Hurricane Katrina.
Touche. That's a private school word.
Actually,
too.
did go to a private school.
The shot clock is?
Gone. Oh.
The only bad thing about it is at the end of games when people are just using
Milking
it for milking it. But
But you can do that anyway.
Because it's in the rules.
I know, but
you
they
could anyway,
probably
yeah.
didn't give you 30 full seconds, did they? Or
Anyway, we'll go back to one-word answers. What do you reckon? The shot clock is?
good.
Staying.
Staying. Melbourne should finish.
Top 8.
Yeah, beautiful. The MCG is where we...
Win.
In unison too. My favourite time away from footy is spent...
Surfing. Oh, actually, with my daughter. Sorry.
Nice one, I like it.
Go with your gut, Jonesy.
My wife would
It's
kill
not
me.
truth or dare, so yeah, it's cool.
I'm recently single, so probably having a good time with the opposite
Hello.
sex.
All right. Okay. Bit of 70s porn music. We need that. Playing interstate is?
Amazing. A
Amazing.
lot of fun.
Okay. All right. Nathan?
Yeah, same.
Okay. All right. I'll go with that. Winning a grand final is?
The ultimate.
Not normal yet, but hopefully will be, as Jared Ruffhead once said.
Yeah, good. I'll take that. The coach is?
Rich.
Rich in knowledge. That's what we presume he
Can't
means,
trump
yes.
that. He's very rich.
Rich. Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. Good Friday football is?
Gonna happen.
Gonna happen. Jack?
Inevitable. Private school education.
So easy. Well, there you go. That's what the boys think, and that's what I can say. Super beautiful. We want to kick off another segment here. We call this one Under Pressure.
Under pressure. Under pressure.
Beautiful. I'm just going to ask you boys a series of questions here that are just related to a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff. It's just going to be random questions. Feel free to give us an answer which you think maybe Nathan might say about you, Jack, or an answer just straight from yourself. But either way, we're going to kick it off. Who's your favourite muso or lead singer?
Ben Howard, for me.
Oh, yeah.
Singer-songwriter
Yep.
from Ireland.
At the moment, a girl called Vera Blue.
Vera Blue.
Nice little redhead. Very
Okay.
beautiful voice.
Beautiful. And what
Stop
sort of...
there, man.
Yeah. Recently single. Hey, what sort of genre is she? Like, what is she, you know? Is it ballady? Is it bluesy? Is it...
No, it's probably, what would you say? Maybe almost sort of like chilled out electro,
Okay.
possibly.
All right. Google it, everyone else. What's your favourite song? Either from the past or recent, doesn't matter.
Mine would be DJ Snake, Middle. Is it Middle at the moment? Yeah, Middle is probably my favourite song.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
right.
had to give our song what they play at the G before the game, and I've got the Beatles Come Together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good, good. What song then gets you pumped? What's one of those that just like, Gets you going there.
Right up your alley.
Yeah, that's right up my alley, actually. I was going to say that rap song, like, all I do is win, win, win. What's that one? Something like that, but I don't actually listen to that crap.
Okay. What about you, Nate?
Yeah, I do listen to that crap, so...
This is going well.
I don't know, tough.
Johnny Farnham, Playing to Win.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, all right.
What's
okay.
the song we play after we win?
Sweet Caroline by
Yeah,
Neil
yeah.
Diamond.
Neil Diamond.
That gets
Ah.
a good going over
good
after
vibe.
the game.
Yeah, we won't go with that one right now.
Yeah, Rosie likes that one.
What's your favourite television show on TV at present?
Oh man, it's tough for me.
Netflix, Stan?
Yeah, I love TV.
Yep.
TV shows. It's hard to split. Game of Thrones, Vikings. Probably Game of Thrones at this stage.
You watch season 4, Vikings?
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful.
The other
On
one's
SBS.
Walking Dead. I'm a massive
Yeah,
Walking
okay.
Dead fan, so yeah, those 3 are probably my top 3 at the moment.
Beautiful.
I felt like I was missing out, so I had to watch Game of Thrones eventually, so I've just done that recently.
And?
Loved it.
Oh,
Loved
good.
it, so I enjoy that.
Okay. Who should we keep an eye out for at the club, the next up-and-coming superstar? Who's coming through the ranks?
Definitely Sam Wiedemann.
Yeah?
I guess. Yeah, I'd say Petrarca probably, but everyone knows about him already.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think he's just.
I think he's been telling everyone more than
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
else.
Exactly.
Definitely don't ask.
Certainly not going quietly, is he?
Yeah, no, good on him. Which AFL club do you dislike the most?
Richmond.
Richmond. Oh, that was very different.
There's so
definite
many.
answer. Yeah?
I'm probably
So-
Richmond as well, but
Jones is more broad.
I'm Richmond. Do you see what I said to Jack Rewald after we played him? I hate him.
Yeah, well, there you go. Let's stick with that. What's your most prized possession?
My daughter.
Okay, beautiful.
Jeez, I don't have a daughter, but I've got a dog. And he's pretty special.
What sort of a dog is it, Jack? And
He's
what's his
a
name?
Labrador cross German Shepherd. Big
Okay.
boy.
He's massive.
Wow. Yeah. How old is he?
Almost 4 now, so yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, wow. And his name?
Jet.
Jet. All
Jet
right.
Jetty boy, so.
Okay. What coach would you most want to play under or for?
I'd have to say Alistair Clarkson.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll probably say Chris Scott.
Chris Scott?
Yeah, I
Okay.
love how he goes about it and what he says. So
Okay. What do you do to relax and unwind? I know we spoke about surfing before, but what's your favourite thing just to relax and unwind when you're away from footy?
I'm a bit of a weirdo, a bit of OCD, so I like to clean. I like
Clean?
to clean.
Wow.
Like I clean my whole house. And, yeah. I don't know, it's a bit strange, but it's just quite therapeutic for me. I also meditate. That gets
Okay.
me. Yeah. gets
Yoga
me
as
nice.
such, or just
Nah, more just zone
yeah,
right
just
out.
zone
yeah.
right out? Beautiful. Okay, Nathan.
Yeah, a bit of surfing. Me, Hogs, Harmsy, Hunty. Get down a little bit.
Where do you head off to?
Normally down the west coast
Yeah.
towards Bells
Okay.
and Winky and stuff. But
Beautiful.
yeah, besides that, paint my nails with my daughter, and I learned to tie ponytails and.
Oh, come on.
That is
Hey,
adorable.
tough guy on the field, softy at heart. Beautiful. You got to love it. What's the worst present you've ever received?
The worst. I don't know if presents can come in bad packages, can they?
Oh, yeah.
They can?
Yeah. Yeah. Think back to Christmases past.
Fatagram? What was that one?
All right, I think we'll leave that one there. We'll move straight along.
What's a fatagram?
Pentagram, yeah. Yeah, no, won't happen. Won't happen. We're not going there. Who would you be most? yeah, now he's got it. All right.
No, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. Who would you be most nervous about having the ball to kick after the siren, the winning goal? Who would you be most nervous?
Jeez, the way Petrarca's been kicking him set shots hasn't been great. I think I might need to give him a few lessons, but other than him, maybe Jake Spencer after he dropped the footy on the way in.
Yeah. Okay.
Sam Frost for me.
Sam Frost. Okay. All right. We'll finish off with one last one. What would you prefer to win, goal or mark of the year?
I think Mark of the Year would be probably.
Yeah.
Definitely Mark for me because you can they can take a photo of it, and then it becomes memorabilia.
Like Sean Smith, obviously.
And
with
then
Melbourne
it's
boy.
forever, locked in people's memory, whereas a goal sort of happens, you watch it on the vision and it's done.
Yeah,
I reckon
good.
Most
So a
people would be
legacy,
able to,
really, Nathan. Yeah,
would be able to tell you who won Mark of the Year last year, but not many would be able to tell you Goal of the Year, I don't reckon.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And obviously, there's been some great marks over the time. I personally reckon Sean Smith has probably been one of the best of all time. A lot of people would argue and say that, what's his name, from Essendon?
Moorcroft.
Moorcroft. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was involved in one.
Yeah?
Played a pivotal part in...
Okay.
Had LJ's family jewels right here on my head over in Adelaide when he's...
That's something you won't forget.
I won't forget that. I'm on all the memorabilia, the footy cards, everything, just sitting underneath.
There you go. Some of the answers you just don't expect when you get to these shows, do you? There you go. That's what the boys had to say. That was the segment we called Under Pressure. Thank you.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
We've got a great little competition that we're running this year. If you haven't heard about it before, you haven't seen it on Facebook, you're not aware of it at all. It's a competition that is brought to you by the Big Picture people, who are a great sponsor of ours and came on board this year. What they're actually doing is they're giving away an $11,000 home theatre surround sound package with a massive 3-metre screen. And for those of you that are watching at home, this is how you enter now. Yes, thanks to the Big Picture people, we have the chance to win a home cinema sports pack valued at over $11,000. You can enjoy big sports, movies, concerts and even video games on a big 3-metre screen with thunderous surround sound. This home cinema pack is courtesy of the Big Picture people. To enter, simply log on to bigpicturepeople.com.au/good-for-footy. Terms and conditions are on the page. Good luck to everyone, and thanks to the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. Go on and enter it. It's a great competition, and it gives you the opportunity to win an $11,000 home theatre package, as I just mentioned. And on top of that, we're going to draw that on grand final day, and someone's going to win it in order to have it in their home to watch Melbourne play in the grand final. Yeah. There you go. Just wanted to check who was listening. All right, we come to the end of the show. Every Wednesday night we bring these shows live from venues all across Melbourne. It would be easy to attend any of these shows if you ever wanted to, because it's that simple that all you've got to do is go onto the That's Good for Footy website, which is www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au. Go to the register section. Put in your details there. Once you've entered your details, this is for you, Nicholas, because I think you've entered about 25 times, you'll then receive a confirmation email. That email then stipulates that you've now confirmed your registration. You then will go on and say which show you would like to attend and how many tickets you would like to have for you present at the door for when you turn up on the night. So that's all you've got to do. If you want to come along to any one of these shows, get onto the website and register. It's that simple. Basically, if you also want to follow us, you can go onto our Facebook page. It's pretty simple. It's just www.facebook.com/That's Good for Footy. You've been watching the That's Good for Footy panel show, which we call on Wednesday nights Footy Funatics. I want to thank you all for coming along. It's been really wonderful having you in here. It's been a nice little intimate, private, exclusive session. Have you all had a good time? I want you to keep that applause going for two superstars from the Melbourne Football Club, Jack Watts and Nathan Jones. I wish you boys all the best for your game on the weekend against the Bulldogs. I hope that you come out victorious from it. I personally want to thank you for being available and being on the show tonight. We hope to get you back for another show throughout the season as far as that goes. I want you to now just put your hands together for everything that you've seen tonight. We hope that you've had a good time. Go out and see the gorgeous Sandy on the red carpet at the end of the show. She'll just ask you what you liked and what you didn't. You've been watching That's Good for Footy panel shows. My name is Damien. Thank you and good night. Cheers.
We're here at the Mount Erica Hotel in Paran. And now, I'm just going to ask people what they thought of the show. Jack, welcome back.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us here. Beautiful night for it. Melbourne Army came out in full support, and Jonesy and I had a lot of fun tonight. So yeah, hopefully we'll be back sometime soon.
Welcome back, Jonesy.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us. It was a fun night, obviously. Wattsy and I have had a ball, and yeah, what a ripping show. What a turnout from the Demon supporters, and yeah, some good fun.
It was private and intimate, and I just loved it.
Make sure you get your tickets next time there's a That's Good for Footy occasion, because this is one of the best gigs in footy, especially for us players. You know, we actually get to be ourselves, get our personalities out there, have a bit of fun with it. You know, it's certainly not the cliches that you'll hear week to week in the media and that kind of thing. So, yeah, it's just a terrific night, a lot of fun. Make sure you get your tickets.
Is it what you expected?
It was probably better than I expected. It was absolutely a great show. It's a great laugh. To be up nice and close with Jonesy and Watch, seeing Jonesy smile for a change is pretty good.
Well, great night, good atmosphere. Won a few prizes. Spoke to Watsy and Jonesy.
Oh, I just think everyone should get around it. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime really to see them so close.
Oh, I thought the show was magnificent. To get intimate with players and hear their personal views, which you don't hear on normal TV, and just the humour, the entertainment, magnificent.
Yeah, some good laughs, and everything that's said stays in house, and it's good fun, good for the fans to hear the players and see them up close and personal, and for them to show off their true personality. So yeah, no, we had a great time.
You say up close and personal.
Good daughter at home, so just take.
I'm married too.
I'm only joking. We had a great time. Damo did a terrific job as host, and this is probably the third or fourth time I've been involved. So I had a terrific time once again, and you guys do a terrific job, and the players love getting involved. It's one of the most easygoing gigs out there, and it's one of the fun nights that we have where we can really be ourselves.
This is the first time of this show. Avid Melbourne footy supporter, go interstate, love football. What else is there in life?
Got to see you again, and you look beautiful again as usual.
Thank you.
And well, the night was awesome. Got to register for the nights.
That's good for footy.
And that's good for footy.
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 You've been watching That's Good for Footy.
You've been watching That's Good for Footy. So there you have it. They've had their say, and now I'm going to have mine. This has been That's Good for Footy panel shows. My name is Sandy. Thank you, and good night.
Want more information about the shows? Then log on to the That's Good for Footy website at www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au. Here you'll find venue dates and lineup, photo gallery, register to win section, competitions, ticket sales and heaps more.